Hey you guys, it's Britt. Today we're here to talk about Miss Self-Taught Beauty. So if you're interested, please keep watching. All right, you guys, so I realize that my audience is a little split. Some of you don't care to hear about Mandy. A lot of you do. But I had requests to do an update on her and see what she's up to. She's back to posting life updates not behind her paywall, so we have access to them, but I've also heard from many of you that you don't want to watch her videos, so I'm just trying to appease my audience, and we're gonna see what she has to say. I'm gonna give my commentary throughout. We actually have 3 new videos from her that I have not talked about. First of all, she puts out this, she puts out a video 2 weeks ago saying, starting a new series showing a closer look in my life. You're going everywhere with us. And she disabled the comments, not sure why. But she puts this out, and I haven't seen a day in the life from her. So I'm not sure why she put this out. Maybe she's not starting until January, but it doesn't say that it's starting in January. So the description box says, hey y'all, so y'all, we're starting a new series where y'all are going along for the ride, work, life at the shed. You'll be there for the struggles and happy times. Homelessness does not have a time limit. No, Mandy, it doesn't have a time limit. But again, we're back to square one. What are you doing to help yourself besides sad fishing on your YouTube channel? What are you doing? So many people have offered you resources, and it always comes back to wanting those cash donations. That is the goal. The goal is not to, utilize community resources, go to the shelter for a few days so that you can utilize that resource. You didn't want to be split up from your boys, even though they're adults. It's like a merry-go-round of excuses, in my personal opinion. Now, I'm not saying that I've walked a mile in her shoes. I never will. But what I do fully understand is that there have been many that have been in her shoes in even worse conditions. A lot of homeless people don't even have a shed. They literally have nothing over their head. What's over their head is maybe a parking garage that they find a corner in where they can sleep at night, or maybe a covered walkway where they can sleep while people are not shopping in a certain shopping center. Being on the housing list looks like the cold weather will come first. Your donations could help us make it through this one too. No one is forced to donate, so please, if you have anything negative to say, take it somewhere else. You can't silence people's opinions. There are people that have been watching you do this for well over a year now, way before I even knew who Self-Taught Beauty was. This is a recurring theme. So don't tell people just because they have questions, or maybe they're going to offer you some resources that you want to turn a blind eye to. You can't just tell people to take their opinions elsewhere. I'll bring my opinions right onto my channel and we'll talk about it in the comments section. Of course, nobody's going to be rude or, publicly humiliate her, but no, you don't get to tell people that. You have decided to put your life out onto YouTube, made the conscious decision to put these poor animals in harm's way because you're such an animal lover, even though you are not in a position to take care of them. You're not in a financial position to make sure that they have food constantly and vet checkups and vaccines and all this kind of stuff that animals need. I only ask for people that are able to donate. Yeah, of course, but at the same time, when you're combining these really sad videos with really sad music, and you're constantly reminding people of what your PayPal and Cash App is in every single video and every single description box, what do you expect people to do? There are going to be people that feel bad because you're literally going out of your way to make sure that they feel bad. Remember to be kind to everyone. You never know the effect your comments have on someone. Subscribe to join my Glow Tart family and support the channel, whatever. So she puts that out. That was 2 weeks ago, and there hasn't been any sort of day in the life at the shed kind of updates. There has been 2 videos that we're going to react to right now. One is called When Does It Get Better? Will I be homeless this Christmas too? And then the other one is about a meltdown. My meltdown wasn't me saying I'm going to quit. I'm going to put her on 1.5 times speed so we can kind of get through these. If my prediction is right, it's going to be the same old song and dance, but maybe she'll surprise me. I said a long time ago, I said this last year when I first covered self-taught beauty. How cool would it be for her to share her journey of getting a job, saving money? What does she do to help herself? What kind of resources? Going to outreach programs and utilizing their resources combined with what she's doing for herself. She didn't want to share her Cash App screenshot. She said she can't screenshot Cash App, even though I debunked that in about 5 seconds flat, because you don't want people to see what's in your Cash App. What she probably does is move her stuff from PayPal over to Cash App so that it's all in one account. That's why allegedly she didn't want to share this screenshot. But don't blatantly lie. Don't come out and lie and just say you can't screenshot something when it can be debunked in a few seconds. Come on now, do better. All right, so we're gonna watch these 2 videos, react to them. The little meltdown that she was talking about was this other video where she expresses that she has a bad day. I don't think I would necessarily consider that a meltdown, just my personal opinion. The thing that Mandy seems to ignore a lot, and I think it's strategically, is the fact that nobody's saying that you can't have feelings. Nobody's saying that you can't share your life experiences. Like, we're all allowed to do what we want with our own channels. But at the core of the concerns about how Mandy utilizes her platform is the fact that she was working and getting her YouTube income. Then she got this full-time job and she's still getting her YouTube income. So with income from a job, whether it's part-time or full-time, plus your YouTube income, which she said before is usually around $600 to, I would say, like $500 to $700. It obviously depends, but I've heard her say that before. So if we're talking about that and we're looking at the situation of this is someone who doesn't have a car payment, doesn't have to pay for gas, doesn't need to pay for an electric bill and a gas bill and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, you have to provide for this kerosene heater that you have in the cooler months, but why are you still begging for $1 from your subscribers utilizing sad fishing when we know that there are other streams of income? Where is that money going? You have 2 streams of income. So why is there still sad fishing? And there's still posts saying that you can't get your son's medication. You can't pay for the kerosene heater. You need money for clothes. So it is just a constant merry-go-round of excuses, begging, grifting, and not doing a whole lot to help yourself. I said a year ago when I first discovered who Self-Taught Beauty was, it would have been really, really useful for her to make a series like what she's talking about now. And I've mentioned it in recent videos too. Make a series of what are you doing to help yourself. People love to see a comeback. They love to see life transitions and people, putting in the work to better their circumstances. There are millions of people that have been homeless for a period of time in their life. And like I said, a lot of them don't even have a shed and YouTube income and a part-time job income. And now YouTube income and a full-time job income. They literally have no stream of income. And here you are literally making your subscribers feel as if they don't give you that $5 that they may or may not be able to give you, even though there's no pressure, you're literally going to freeze or you're not going to eat. So yeah, there's no pressure, but Miss me with that BS that Mandy does not know what emotional manipulation is. I think that she is very well aware of what it is that she's doing. But like I said, this is a situation where she needs to focus on herself and the other humans that are in this scenario. It is completely unfair, in my opinion, to have these animals that are at her mercy. How is that okay? Here we go with the old sad fishing.
Hey guys, how's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing well. I have had one hell of a week. Today is Saturday morning. It's about 8 o'clock and my bones are aching. I got my hat on because I didn't stop and take a shower yesterday. Usually I'll stop at my friend's house and take a shower every day after work. And yesterday was Friday. I was so tired I couldn't hold my eyes open on the way home. So I just come on home. I'll have to go take one today. That's why I would have had the hat on anyways, whether my hair was washed or not. So I wanted to come on here and talk to you guys, see how everything's going, let you know how it's going here. My kerosene heater went out, of course. I thought it was just the wick, so I went and I got a wick, replaced the wick, and found out it was the button. So we was out of heat for a while, and I ended up, when I got my check yesterday, I ended up going and getting one of those, the heater heads for the propane tank, and had to get that. So now it's going to be a little bit harder. So it feels really low, like it's going to go out today. So I'm guessing about 2 days on a propane tank, which is $20-something for an exchange. It's crazy. It's like ever since I started working, you know, I take 2 steps forward and fall 4 steps back. You know, something is always messing up. Something's always going on.
Mandy seems like that type of person to me, that nothing is ever her fault. Like, she is unable to acknowledge her involvement in her missteps and maybe her downfalls. It's constantly, oh, it's this person's fault. Oh, it's my ex-husband's fault. It's the counselor's fault. It's this community resource outreach person's fault. It's the housing people's fault. Instead of saying, well, what have I really done to help myself? What have I really done aside from let's see, using sad fishing in order to get extra donations? She had a whole lot of time on her hands over this summer. If I was her, I would have used this summer, and I've said this before, so I'm sorry if it's a broken record, I would have used the time over the summer to hit the ground running, make myself the content that I wanted to produce around what's my next step, what am I doing to help myself. Those videos would have done really well. She would have been getting a lot more money from AdSense because it would have opened her up to a new pool of people on YouTube that have never heard of her. And instead of it being sad fishing and grifting, they would have walked into a channel of, wow, this woman is like making content about her comeback. She's out here showing us she's applying for jobs. She's showing us, you know, how she spends the money that she does get. Like, I don't know. There are so many ideas of how to make videos around this and it not be this sad fishing, grifting nonsense that we've seen for over a year now.
Today, I'm just going to take it easy. I'm just going to rest. I'm going to lay down. I don't want to do anything today. I am so exhausted. This job is freaking killing me. And I mean, you know, a lot of people don't like their job. So it's normal not to like your job. But I absolutely dread going to this place. But I'm so grateful to have it. I show up every day. Thank God this week we got in a full week. Last week we didn't. We just got in 4 days.
You know, and I get, like, there's a lot of different reasons why people don't like their jobs, but in this scenario, sure, she's grateful, but she's still definitely taking the opportunity to complain about it and tell people how bad it is. You're inside an establishment all day and you realize that there are people that work outside for 10 hours a day and they're freezing cold and sweating their asses off in the middle of the summer doing work. And considering that she is someone who historically always needs fuel for this kerosene heater, the heater's acting up and it's always an issue. If I was her, I would look at this opportunity as, yes, I can go inside of a warm building and do a job and get paid for it for 8 hours a day. I'm fully on board. I'm not going to complain about it. everyone has to, you know, get that first step to how they're going to come back from their all-time low. So I don't know, for her to complain, it's just, to me, this is a, I don't know, I don't want to me, this is a preview of maybe what we're going to see over the next month or two. It might even be a few months. But she's making it very clear that this job is not doing anything good for her. And I don't know. I would have taken this opportunity. First of all, I would have never gotten those cats because I'm not a selfish person. And I think that's a selfish move to entrap these poor little animals. To my knowledge, she doesn't have the dog. Still, nobody knows what happened to that poor dog. Let the cats go to an organization of people who are qualified to rehab them and get them healthy so that they can go to forever homes where they don't have to worry about being exposed to kerosene fumes or being freezing cold or really hot in the summer. And they can count on their meals and they can be taken to the vet when they need to be taken to the vet. That would have been the opportunity for her to do this. Get rid of the animals. You take your job. You're, lucky enough to be actually inside of a building that has heat and air conditioning during the day. And this would have been step one of many in order to get back on your other foot.
I had to go ahead and pay the shed payment, had to get that, the heater head and food. I also got more kerosene, which that's when I thought it was just the wick that went out. It's just one thing after another, and I'm just tired.
What is a shed payment? Can someone answer that for me? Because this is, a part of me feels like she's mentioned the shed payment before, but it seems like if it was mentioned, it was for a purpose. To me, this seems like it's something else she can say that she's spending her money on.
I'm exhausted. I'm dirty. I need a shower. My nails are broken. Grease is just, oh God. My eyebrows haven't been plugged in forever. So guys, I did want to get on here and touch base with you guys real quick. Show you a couple of clips that I've got. It's hard to film it in there because they don't want you filming anything. I don't know if it's because they don't want anybody to recreate the molds or whatever. I don't know. I'll blur a bunch of stuff out. I'm still working on the series. It's just hard to go to a job like that and then come back.
If your job doesn't want you filming in there, you might not want to film in there because that could absolutely end up getting her fired. If they know of her YouTube channel, which she has said that they know of her YouTube channel, if they ask you not to film on premises, then I would absolutely make sure that I was abiding by their rules.
To live like this, when you're homeless, this is a lot of work in itself, and this is one of the hardest jobs I've ever done. And when I tell you I've got blisters on my feet, oh my God. Also, I wanted to thank everybody that has donated. You have no idea how much that means to me and how much it has helped us get through this week. And I'm going to be thanking everybody personally in the next video. Laura, oh my God, thank you so much. And I hope your son had a very happy birthday. It was so hard.
I don't understand still why her sons are not working. I know this whole ID thing has been a topic for her to be able to say that's why they're not working. But the one used to work at some kind of farm or something like that, and she said that the hay would get at his allergies. It was some kind of cop-out excuse, in my opinion. Do you guys see what I mean? Where it's constantly every problem, every solution she has a problem for. Every issue she has an excuse for. Every time she can take some accountability for her role in something, she has someone else to blame it on. So whatever. That was pretty useless in my opinion. I don't know, if I was relying on this job the way that she says that she's relying on this job, like, this is her golden ticket. Why are you filming on premises if they don't want you filming on premises? And on top of it, aren't you the one that's worried constantly about making sure nobody knows where it is that you're working? Then I would not be filming at work. I don't know. It's almost like this is being set up for something to be like, oh, well, so and so found out where I worked and I got fired because of a troll. I don't know. I might be wrong. And I always disagree with never go real life. Never go real life. She needs this job clearly. There's no reason to go real life, even if you don't like somebody. Allow them to have their life. If you have snarky opinions, or hell, even if you outright hate someone, that's fine. Leave it online. But I will say, if I was her, I would not be filming on site when they have said no filming on site.
Don't quite have enough money for that. Alright guys, we're getting close. I can see the shed, thank goodness. I'm ready to get off my feet. We are down to 3 kittens. They are having their lunch. Thank you, big man. I'm having my lunch. Thank you very much.
Those cats look very unhealthy. I'm going to say it. I'm not a medical professional. And I'm definitely not a whiz when it comes to most things in life, but those kittens do not look healthy. Did she vet the homes that they were going to? Have they had their shots? Have they been seen by a vet? Allegedly, in my personal opinion, I would put $100 on the fact that no, they haven't seen a vet. So you're just out here passing out kittens that might be unhealthy. That is a selfish, self-centered way to go about life. People want to say, oh, you don't like self-taught beauty. You don't like, I don't really care. What she does is her business. And if she brings it to her platform, then it's public business and I'm allowed to give commentary on it. But when it comes to what she's done with animals, that's where I have a full stop. I think it's extremely disgusting to hold animals against their will in a shoebox. It does not have proper insulation, ventilation. She's not able to feed them on a consistent basis based on her own money problems. Can't take them to the vet. Who are you to have kittens in that shoebox? Everything else, I'll take it or leave it. But when it comes to those animals, it is disgusting and extremely selfish.
Yeah, I said thank you very much. You gonna let your brother and sister eat? Yeah. Okay. That'll make it. You better get in there and get you some lunch, man. Yeah. A house fire that took everything that
the little kittens, do you see their eyes? That little kitten's eyes didn't look how I would expect them to look, and they're also extremely small. And I know some cats are very small. So y'all have ever had, kittens and, been through that? Please share your experience down below. But to me, those kittens do not look healthy.
And crushed me. I escaped a 20-year abusive marriage that broke my spirit. When I became homeless, it destroyed me. When I got this job, it challenged me. Guys, it is so hard to take video in here. Look at this. Look at my pants and my shirt. I just washed my hands, so please let us find a home for Christmas. But not one of these things took my will and my drive for a better life, for a comfortable life, for security, for happiness. I'm going to meet God more than halfway. I won't ever quit. You see, we all get hit with stones. We just got to keep running, ducking and dodging them. But some of those stones will still hit us. But we got to keep running after what we want.
Okay, I'm done with that. She definitely, she knows how to slip in the emotional manipulation into her videos. Sometimes it's a little thicker than other times. And Mandy knows exactly what she's doing. And I'll give that to her. They always say don't hate the player, hate the game. But she's definitely playing the game in a little bit of a different way than what I've seen prior, as far as YouTubers using their platforms to manipulate their audience. But at the end of the day, this has been something that Mandy has wanted for a long time, full-time work. And you have full-time work and you're still able to run your YouTube channel. So why is it that you're still telling your audience that if it wasn't for their donations, you would have frozen to death? How is that fair to them when you have two streams of income? So to me, I think that it's completely unfair. I think that it's wrong. And like I said before, as long as she continues to post public life updates, I will continue to give commentary on them. And you know what? If a day comes where Mandy no longer has animals in that shed, I will not do commentary on her unless it's something groundbreaking. Because honestly, like I said, it's the carousel of the same stuff. It's predictable at this point. But the animals didn't ask to be there, and that is what most people have the biggest issue with, is the fact that those animals are in there. It's unfair, and now you're giving these kittens to other people. How do you know that these people are even in a position to care for the kittens that you're handing to them? The whole operation is just gut-wrenching to me. And did she sell those kittens? Did she get money for them? Because if you're collecting money for a kitten that you didn't even take to have a vet checkup, that really reminds everybody where your head is at. And your head is always focused on your bottom line. So I'd really like to see this series with Mandy take off. Good luck to her. I think that it would, again, open her up to a new subscriber base. And I think the videos would do really well. But at the end of the day, if it's just going to continue to be sad fishing and not doing a whole lot to help yourself, and continuing to make your subscribers feel like, oh, if it wasn't for that $5 from Laura A last week, we wouldn't have eaten dinner. Ma'am, you have two streams of income. What are you doing? What are your adult sons doing? Let's not ever forget that she has two healthy adult sons that are able to work. There's so many questions and nonsense that surrounds self-taught beauty. I do understand why people are interested, but I'm on the flip side of that, where I'm not so much interested in what it is that she's doing. I'm pissed off that she has these animals in that shed. It makes my blood boil. And to see those sweet little kittens who, in my opinion, again, allegedly look very unhealthy. And you're just handing them out like what? They're candy bars? Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. I really don't want to be really pissed off, and I feel I'm getting there, so I'm going to wrap it up now. So for now, if you like the video, leave a like and a comment, and if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.